Well, seeing that we have another treasury writer with a family issue. Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about episode 19 of Kamen Rider Gavv. So after the little recap from the last episode, Hanta defeat, we start with Shouma rescuing Hanta by transforming to Gurukan form in order to take the blast of Ram's finisher. Before taking Hanta away hiding, as Lage looked around and actually sees one of Lango's agents and decides to leave before Lango figures out who he is. As Shouma tried to wake Hanta up for the little BL moment, and he's, Hanta just lying on his lap. And he tried to figure out what to do with him, and he can't really take him to the hospital. Chokodan Gojizo comes in and tells him to follow him. I will see Lango be informed about Kamen Rider Ram's existence. And they don't know that it's actually Lage 9, and he's just worried that they have another nuisance to deal with. And Lango tells the agent to keep watch over Kamen Rider Ram, and Niev is there playing a fool, saying that humans are cunning species. Or he's just smiling underneath his hand, but just wondering what his endgame is. Because clearly not to help the sibling, that's for sure, or the company. Well, considering the writer also wrote Wizard, I'm starting to think that he might be playing the Gremlin part. Maybe we'll have to wait and see about that later on. Anyway, Shouma arrives at Suga's lab. As Suga's there and actually starts to heal up Hanta. As he does so, Shouma wonders who he is, actually wondering if he's seen him before. Suga is able to heal up Hanta, actually know that he's Kamen Rider Gavv. And I know Shouma, funny enough, just said he is, but they tried to deny it, but Suga said that he knew. As Shouma remembers Suga being the weird guy many episodes ago, trying to, they wanted to experiment on him. Formally introduced themselves as, Suga and Shouma. I know the fact that he researched Granu, acting was the guy who gave Hanta his power. And finally to tell that Hanta just needs rest, unlike Shouma, who actually has already healed up his little scratches on his face. Very interesting to see the difference between an actual natural Granu and Hanta, who had just been experimented on, which is pretty cool to see. As he offered coffee to Shouma, and actually, interestingly, takes a piece of Shouma's hair from his jacket, making me think that he's probably gonna experiment on Shouma's little thing later on in the episode. Pretty funny if he actually makes bitter Gavv or something, probably use Dark Valley or something, a power up for Hanta in order to use Shouma more DNA. And we see Lage in his base, as he gets a message from one of the agents telling all the part-timers to look out for Ram as a third Granule Hunter. Pretty much satisfied that they don't know who he is, as he continues to work to be on the good side of Lango in order to climb up the rank, as he remembers somebody in his flashback. Shouma goes home and Mane gives him the news that there have been no disappearances from Chuel lately, as Shouma says that the writer took care of, Chuel last episode. Probably thinking that Takeshi came back, but Shouma remembered that, no, he never found him. And the next day, Shouma goes around looking for any checkpoint to find out where Takeshi may be. And pretty cool that there's a lot of tension in these scenes, as he's getting more desperate as time goes on. He can't find any checkpoint. As he finds Lage walking around, decides to follow him into like an art college to see if he can find any checkpoint where he delivers the compressed people. As Lage interrupts a little lecture, transforming into his monster form and actually forces everybody to smile with his power. As Shouma sees it, actually realizing how his powers work, as well as realizing that he was the guy behind the mass disappearance that Hunter explained a couple episodes ago. The people disappearing in theaters and courtrooms and all that. As he stopped Lage from compressing any of them, as Shouma says he's going to protect these people. And it's pretty cool that they have a really cool fight, as Shouma fighting in non-transform against Lage, who also doesn't really transform to Ram, and then just fighting in his monster form. And really cool to see how they're fighting in like a lot of long takes, and also the hallway. It looks really cool. I really do like the fight scene between Shouma's civilian form and Lage's monster form. As Shouma failed to defeat Lage, as Shouma wondered why he wants dark treats, and Lage tells him that he must be joking, as he will never want to eat them. Making Shouma confused as he tried to transform into his taking form, but then Lage just stops him, just grabs him by his gaps and says he'll rip off his, his driver. But then it's pretty funny little scene that he tried to pick him up and start slamming him down, trying to remove the driver, but it never happened. We're pretty much shocked Lage that, what's going on? Why did the driver not coming up? Until he figured out why he can't be removed. As Shouma kicks him and tried to get away. And he realizes why he's called the Red Gavv. And he realized that he's actually a Granu. As they both get ready to fight one another, this time getting ready to transform into their rider form. A really cool scene is seeing both of them transform into their rider form. It looks really cool. I love the camera work. I love the transformation. It looks really cool. It's a really cool fight as Shouma tries to fight against Lage to no avail. Even summoning his sword for protection, as Ram also summons his own breaker for also to fight. And it's pretty cool that his breaker actually transforms from an arrow into like a chainsaw side or pickaxe. It's like really crazy they could do that. Actually start slashing through walls and even slashing pillars, and also try to slash through Shouma as well. As Shouma continues to struggle against this own fight. And it's a pretty cool action, and actually really cool long takes as well. Like there's a lot of long takes in the episode. I really like it to see in this fight. It looks really cool. They fall down from the floor down to the base floor. As Ram says that it's nothing personal, as once he defeats him, he'll only move up the rank to be with a higher up. But Shouma tells him that that's not possible. As Shouma tells him that it'll never work, as it's a family business, meaning that only family members become the top dog, nobody else. Which is a shock Ram as he stops his finisher, asking if Shouma actually knows who they are. are. As Shouma say that he worked for them, which technically kind of true, but he also not gonna tell they probably is a family member. Probably not a good idea. Lage thinks that he's actually a anout hunter, having more flashbacks from one certain scenes, telling Shouma that he actually killed somebody named Kamen, and his full name being revealed being Kamen Amalge. Which interestingly, we look at the casting, Laki's real name turned out to be from casting in Lee. That his real name turned to be Lakia Amalge. It actually, Amalge is just a bad way to pronounce amargo. It's pretty much a Spanish word for bitter. Which kind of makes sense in this situation, how he's so bitter about his situation. Shouma doesn't really know who Komel is. And Lage said that somebody actually killed Granu, and he performed his finisher, knocking Shouma out of his transformation. Pretty much death by 1,000 arrows. It looked pretty cool to see him be smashed through a pillar and then just wailed on by a bunch of arrows before falling down through a floor and just losing his transformation. And also, I wonder what this little foreshadowing, because considering the fact that somebody probably killed his brother Komel, makes it foreshadowing that somebody actually hunted Granut before Shouma and Hanta in the Granut world. Lage shows him a missing poster telling him that his brother was killed last year. Pretty much saying that it wasn't Shouma because Shouma started waking power recently. And we finally get the flashback to Lage's past, and we find out that he was actually a miner working for probably another company, and his brother Komel greets him home and actually does the little typical stuff of being a good brother, you know, being a kind person, trying to help out Lage, somebody drops in money, just goes up to them, brings it back to them, and also, you know, Lage like splitting bread in half, and Komel allowed Lage to take the big one, he takes the smaller one to make sure he can work. So, you know, that's the typical good brother, the goodest good boy to exist. And interestingly, Komel is actually voiced by Kusutomi Yamamoto. I probably butchered the name, I'm so sorry. And interestingly, his body suit actor is actually performed by Mutsumi Igarashi. I also pronounce the name, so sorry. It was pretty funny realizing that Mutsumi Igarashi is actually the same person who also does Loveco from Kamen Rider Revive. It's pretty funny to know that it's the same person doing this stuff. It's pretty funny to think about that. Anyway, they took care of one another until one day he finally figured out why they have been losing a lot of money. And it turns out that Komel was not the good boy, as he was stealing money trying to buy Dark Tree. As he runs away from his home, admitting that he wanted to have Dark Tree. And Lage just wondered what the Dark Trees are. And Komel disappeared for a year. And after a year, he actually come back home, but then before he can open the door, he cried in pain. Walked through the door injured with a giant slash on his back. As he falls into Lage's arm, as he desperately tried to get him to know what happened. As Komel just apologized for doing something horrendous and unforgivable. As he dies in his arms, and Lage just cried out in pain. Which I can say, it's a sad moment. And this is pretty sad to see your own brother die in front of you. Like, come on, man. But then going to the question, who actually killed him? If it wasn't Shouma, then who did? Maybe it's actually bitter Gavv. That's my theory, and maybe bitter Gavv is going to be either Gavv or another person, who probably wasn't a Granut hunter, but we'll have to wait and see. Lage knows somebody personally killed Kamen, and he tried to see if Shouma actually knows if Shouma was the one behind the kill. But Shouma said that he would never actually do that, especially saying that even though he technically quote-unquote worked for Stomach, he would never follow their order. But he said he wasn't actually the one, as he just got his power recently 4 months ago in the human world. Shouma said that Lage just infiltrated them, and Lage thinks that it's probably disappointing that it is happening, as he just wanted information for Dark Tree and worked his way in order to find a stall and then tried to get the Dark Tree, but they just got, kidnapped and experimented on to become a part-timer in order to find out who actually was the one that killed brother, figuring out that it was actually something to do with Stomach Inc. He'd been doing it for half a year. It pretty much sad thinking that Komel probably did the same thing, which is probably really why he's thinking that he did something unforgivable. But I think it's a nice heart-to-heart moment between the two people. Maybe he think that Komel was actually also a part-timer and just figured out that he was killing people and decided to stop, but then he got killed by trying to escape. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. Lage just want to figure out who killed him and why. And he tried to kill Shouma, saying that he'll nothing personal, but then Shouma defends himself with his sword before being slashed by Lage's little chainsaw arrow thing. And a pretty cool little scene between them trying to struggle to take everybody back. And Shouma said that he'll actually help Lage, and they don't need to fight one another, and they only have a common enemy in Stomach Inc. And Gavv asks why Shouma wants to help him, and Shouma said that his mother was a victim of the Stomach Inc. as well. And being a hunter was just a nickname given to them by the Stomach Inc. Doesn't really accept it. And Gavv just wants revenge and vengeance. And Shouma argues, pretty cool little scene of Shouma arguing that that's not it, as he's just a lapdog to the Stomach Inc. right now, and that doing this job is nothing more, he'll never reach the higher up. Arguing that Gavv will use his power for his own ambition to kill and attack people, or he'll either stop doing that and topple his ambition in order to help people and save people and figure out who actually killed Kamen and actually stop people and Granu from dying by Stomach's hand, which is a pretty nice argument. Maybe they have future conflict with Hanta, as Shouma helping out a Granu, making me think that Hanta might actually become Dark Valor or something because of this. As Gavv just stops, detransform, and just leave, as Shouma just falls down and the episode ends. Overall, this was a good episode, much better than last week's episode, making me think think that, yeah, there's a lot of setup for everything with Gavin and Lage just teaming up to stop the Stomach Inc. Especially with the preview, it seems like we're going to have them team up. A little disappointed that we're not going to have a longer moment of them being enemies, but then again, it'd be better that, yeah, they'll be allies. I will say that Hunter being injured, taking another L, probably waking up to find out that Ram and Gavv are teaming up, making him think that why Shouma is helping a Granu. Probably be angry and will lead to him becoming Dark Valor, especially since Suga just took a hairpiece from Shouma. My guess is that maybe, just maybe, Lage's identity will be revealed to the Stomach Inc. people. And maybe that's the reason why he won't be able to come back, especially with the rate of the preview getting a new power up. But anyway, not much to say. I do like Lage's little story. I can't wait to see more about who the hunter is, especially foreshadowing of how there was somebody hunting Granus before. Or maybe people who defected from Stomach Inc. and in order to stop them, in order to not spread the word about who they are and what they're doing. Nevertheless, I am excited for next week's episode. I can't wait to see how Lage and Shouma team up and hopefully rescue Takechi from one of the checkpoints before being compressed or going to the Granu world in order to stop Takechi from being turned to Dark Tree and other people as well. Can't wait to see more of that. Overall, it was a pretty good episode. Rating wise, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you like the episode or not? What do you think about Shouma and Lage team up next time, as well as the fact that Lage is becoming a good person? Also, what do you think about Suga gonna be using the experiment and with Shouma's hair, especially that Hunter being on the couch just defeated? Also, who do you think was the person who killed Kamen and who's been killing Granu in the Granu world? Leave a comment down below and subscribe for more Kamen Rider Gavv content.